Nancy.
This is Nancy showing us
Yeah.
about braiding t-shirts.
Okay, so
So you fold it in half.
you're going to fold it in half like this way, and normally you look for the seam, but I'm going to show you how we know that it's centered, because we're going to line up these seams.
The shoulder seams.
And we're going to keep it like that, and then we're going to come down.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so
and
now
that's
we're
centered.
perfectly
All
half.
right. Make
And then
sure-
we're
yep,
gonna-
the sleeves are even. Okay.
We're gonna cut on that.
Okay, so this is the line that we're going to cut on. So here we are. Just
do we-
making sure. Okay. So you decide how big you want your cuts. Some people like them really wide. I like them really narrow.
Narrow.
You
We're
got to
gonna do
remember,
narrow.
when you cut on this fold, it's double, because you're cutting the fold. So when you open it up, it's double the line. So if you
Right.
cut it 2 inches, that's actually going to be a 4-inch
inch.
wide, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to cut it about 1 inch. You also have to decide whether you want to go from top to bottom and tie it on the bottom, which I think looks better, or bottom to top and tie it on the top.
No, we'll tie it
To
on
me,
the
it
bottom.
looks better when you're tying it on the bottom, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so always I start with the top one, and you also have to decide how far you want to go up. I'm going to go up almost all the way.
Oh, okay.
Because if you go down halfway, it kind of looks like, why didn't you go all the way? I don't know. So we're going to go all the way up here. On the very top one,
1
just to
inch
let you know,
cuts.
the very top one though, I'm going to do a little shorter, like just a,
Oh.
and I'll tell you why. So that's about a 1/2 inch. The rest of them,
And they're about 1.5 inches apart.
however you want them apart, and that's another choice you make. I'm making these about a 3/4 inch. Now, you can always change it. That's the beauty of it. After we've started it, I've looked at it and thought, oh, I want it wider. You just go back in, you make them wider. And I'll show you how to do that. So I'm making these, about a 3/4 inch apart. I don't measure it, but if you want to measure it, you most certainly can. The thing is, when the shirt is done, you won't be able to tell whatsoever. If you made one shorter, you won't be able to tell. Trust me. Okay? So you can see these are all
And we're
pretty
going
even.
all the way to the bottom.
We don't have to, but we're gonna go kind of close to the bottom. I'm gonna go, now see that last one I did a little bit longer, the last two,
Oh, so the top two
and I'll
are short
explain
and
why.
the bottom
The
two
top
are
one
longer.
is short.
Yeah.
The top two I'm gonna do longer, and I'll explain why. So after you do that, you just kind of gently, when I say gently, don't do it real rough. Just kind of spread it apart, okay?
With your fingers in between. Yeah.
Just kind of go like that so that it sort of stretches out that material, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you're right-handed, I'm going to go, and I made this one smaller, and this is why. If you make it real big like the other ones, you're going to have a big hole on the top. I
Oh.
don't want a big hole on the top. We want it small. So if you do want a bigger hole, at this point, you could just fold it again and make it bigger, okay?
Oh, okay.
But I made it narrow, and I'm also going to do this where you or she can change it, okay? Okay, so here we are. We have all of our nice, they look pretty even, little slits, right? I'm going to put my finger in this top smallest hole, okay? I'm going to take, so there I am. I'm going to take this first loop, and I'm going to go underneath this loop, and now I have this loop.
Okay.
Then I'm going to ignore this one. I'm going to go to the second loop, and I'm going to go underneath the new loop. Now I have another new loop. Take the next one. So I always grab
so you get
onto
a
the
new
next
loop
one.
in your right hand.
So now I'm going to go underneath this one. And then once I put this loop underneath, I grab the next one. Pull that
Okay.
through. Put it under, grab the next one. And you just keep going down. So you're putting it through the new loop, and you grab this one. Do you want me to show you that again?
No,
Start
no,
all over?
that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. So keep grabbing, put another into the new loop. Now I have another new loop. Grab it, go underneath. So I'm going to do this all the way down so you have a nice little braided
So this
look.
makes it a couple inches shorter, around.
Yes, and that's why I've told people to maybe buy the
Buy it
next
bigger.
shirt up. But some shirts have a lot of Lycra in them, like the ones at Walmart that look great, believe it or not, are like $3. They've got a lot of Lycra, so they really stretch, so it's not that big of a worry if you get your size. It's just a little bit of a tighter shirt because of the Lycra. So I'm going to do this all the way down, doing the exact same theme the whole time. If you make a mistake, you just start all over, okay? Now, the
Oh, it
reason-
just comes right out. If you
Yes.
pull it
So
out.
the reason why I made the last two longer, we're getting to those right now, okay, is I'm going to cut it. So here I go. I'm on my last one. If it's really narrow, I don't have a lot of room when I cut it to tie it, okay?
Oh, now
so
you're gonna
now I
tie
have
it,
these
so-
two. So I'm going to pull this apart. Once you really pull it apart, you'll get the feel for. Some people go all the way down.
Oh, okay,
In fact,
okay.
they even cut the hem, okay?
Right.
And you can do that. So See how they just got that hole in the top now?
Right.
We don't want that like this.
Big,
I don't, at least, okay? Okay, so I've done this, and now I have two. I'm not going to cut it yet because Sherry might decide I want it different.
So
but
all
what
you
I
do
would
is cut
normally
that
do
and
is
tie
I
it.
would cut it and then just tie it in a knot.
Oh.
You want me to go ahead and do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have these, and remember I made these a little bit longer because otherwise it's really tight. As is, these are pretty tight. Luckily I have small hands, okay? So I just take it, the last two, and I cut it, okay? Now you can't change the shirt.
Right, that's
okay. Now you're stuck, okay? But once again, it's an Illinois
And you're just
shirt.
tying those together?
So that's all you're doing. So I'm going to tie them in a regular old knot. So I'm taking this, like this.
You just cut it and you're tying it again.
That's so easy. It's so easy. So now I've done one knot. Now see how small it is?
Yeah,
You can
it's
imagine
harder
if
to
I would
do
have.
the second
It
knot.
is much harder to do the second knot. But like I said, some of us have small hands, so it's not so bad. I haven't had a shirt yet that has come apart in the wash or anything. If it does, no big deal.
You just do it again.
Do it again.
And you might cut the bottom one a little longer.
Yeah, so I'm not. Well, I will tie.
That's all
it
right.
knot.
That's all right.
No, I don't. I don't know if she can. Yeah, you technically can still change it.
Now try it. Put it on.
Well, hold on. Hold on. Let me do the second knot. No, you're in a hurry. Hold on. These I'm going to do separately because they're so small. Good, got that one.
Okay.
Hold on, let me do this last one. Actually, that's pretty tight. Okay.
So if you have big trouble, you could sew that last piece.
Yeah, and I have. Okay.
So there you go.
Now you want to kind of stretch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now you have a braided.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And what I did with a lot of my shirts is, quite frankly, I chopped the sides so I don't have the sleeves. So I chop these, and then it's just a nice workout sleeveless shirt.